Hello, FBC Salinas. This is Pastor John coming to you with another edition of the Midweek Refresher video, where I desire to do two things for you. Number one, provide you information, and there's a little bit of information on this week's Midweek. And number two, provide you inspiration. And the inspiration this week is coming from an interview with a very fascinating individual. I'm positive you will enjoy the interview. So, hey, let's get to the informational portion. The first thing is that this upcoming Sunday, yes, this upcoming Sunday is a potluck. What we need from you is for you to either bring a main dish or a side dish. That's what we need. And yeah, there are those of you that are still going to bring your dessert, that's fine. But we need main dishes, protein type stuff. That would be great. It will happen in the gym after the worship service. So please join us for that and provide a main dish or a side dish, all right? Or dessert as well, all right? So that's the first announcement. Second announcement is that a week from this Friday, which will be August 2nd, we are having what we're calling a parents' night out. You can call it a date night, whatever you'd like. But it is designed for you to have some time away from your children. You bring them here, you drop them off, but here's the caveat. You need to sign up for this and let us know how many children you're going to bring. You can email Lorraine at FBC Salinas, or you can call into the church, or you can sign up at the Welcome Center this upcoming Sunday. But we need to know so that we have proper supervision and all of that. And now you're wondering, well, what time is this event? Well, it goes from 5:30 to 8. That should provide you enough time to go out to dinner, do whatever you'd like to do as far as shopping, perhaps a movie, I don't know. But I'll tell you this, you're gonna enjoy yourselves because it's a time away for just you and your spouse to enjoy without interruption. How does that sound? All right, so that's August 2nd, which is a week from this Friday from 5:30 to 8. If you have questions about it, reach out to Lorraine at FBC Salinas, all right, .com. There you have it. So that's the email. And also, I usually say this, I hope your week is going well, and I do mean that. If your week is not going well, I can almost guarantee you this, that this interview is going to help your week go a little bit better. So I want to invite up here to sit on this other side here with me, a guy who you have seen, a guy who you have never, perhaps you've not heard from him, but this is Gabe Williams. And Gabe, thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Well, you're very welcome. So we're going to look forward to this. So this is an opportunity for you, the folks, to get to know Gabe. Gabe, this is an opportunity for you to share with the folks
Gotcha.
a little bit about you. I'm going to ask you some random questions, like I told you a few moments ago.
Right.
I have no idea what these questions are going to be.
Okay.
You good with that?
I'm good with that.
Okay, and then we'll just simply play off of that.
All right,
Does that work for you?
That works.
Okay, so first thing is this. Who is your, well, I'm going to ask that late. I'm going to ask that later on because I don't want to mess things up already. So
Okay.
here we go. What is your favorite book of the Bible?
My favorite book of the Bible is Nehemiah.
Nehemiah, and a particular
Nehemiah.
reason why?
Well, Nehemiah showed great strength
Yes,
through a lot of adversity.
right.
And I just love that line, you know, he's working in one hand and he's got his sword,
Sword
in
in
the
the
other
other.
hand.
Yep.
And it's just a story about, a great story about faith.
It is,
You know,
it's a great
and,
story.
you know, God gives him this incredible task. And to see him go through the ups and the downs of completing that task, literally completing a wall,
Yeah.
oh, it's pretty fascinating.
And the other thing is that they completed that wall in record time.
Record time.
It
Yeah.
was amazing how quickly that thing went.
I wish we had those engineers working on the roads in California today.
Wouldn't that be nice?
It would be nice.
To have roads that actually are just
Bring back
wonderful.
Nehemiah if you can.
There you go. There you go. That would be awesome. That would be fantastic. So that's number two. How now you're now going to start doing not helping. You're going to be leading our
Right.
student ministry
That's true.
here. And so, how long, as you take a look at your student ministry career, how long have you been in student ministry?
I've been doing student ministry for about over 10 years.
10 years.
Over
Great.
10 years.
That's
So it's been an awesome and fascinating journey.
Mm-hmm.
You know, have made my mistakes along
Yes.
the way. You know, youth ministry, student ministry is something it's really trial by fire.
Yes, it is.
You know, you just You can't learn it in a seminary.
You
You know,
cannot.
you can't open up a book. This is how you plan an event. It's
That's
just, it's a lot. You just got to go, much like Nehemiah.
Yes, very
You know?
much so. You got to be ready to roll.
Got to be ready to roll.
Got to be ready to roll. Real quickly, because you and I have talked about this. I did student ministry for a long time,
Right.
and you speaking of learning from mistakes.
Uh-huh.
Ready for this one?
Yeah.
Never told you this. I had a guys' night out one night,
Okay.
and one of the guys, well, a bunch of the guys wanted to bleach their hair, so I
Uh-huh.
said, sure, why not?
Yeah.
So this group of guys bleaches their hair.
Uh-huh.
One of the guys' moms comes up to me
Yeah.
the next day
Uh-huh.
and said, "We have family pictures scheduled
Oh.
for tomorrow."
Oh, wow.
She was not happy with me,
Yeah.
but I looked at her and I said, "I'm so sorry."
Yeah.
And I don't know what all transpired, but you make mistakes doing
Yeah,
student
you do.
ministry.
My it's a fond memory. I can laugh
Right.
about it now.
Right.
I took our youth group, we were getting ready to do a mission trip to Mexico.
Mhm.
And I was trying to train the students because, there's a lot of poverty,
Yes.
in Mexico. So
Mhm.
if you go over here to Chinatown, a lot of poverty, less fortunate people over there. So we had this whole Saturday, like a serve day in Chinatown.
Mm-hmm.
So we had teenagers out there, we had worship music going. We were feeding people out there, washing hair, washing feet, which was very,
Wow, that's powerful.
yeah, it was interesting.
Yes,
So,
that is. That is interesting.
But it was an awesome day, awesome day. But I will never forget. We were getting ready to leave, and one of my students' mom was coming to pick him up, and because they were going to go do a family thing, and when she showed up, I didn't know where this said student was, and I'll never forget the look on her face when I told her, I don't know where your son is. He's somewhere in Chinatown. Like the color left her face. I'll never forget the look on her face. It turns out one of my youth leaders had taken said student back to the church, and that's where he was. And we're running around knocking on tents. It was crazy. It was the most
That
terrifying.
is
It was
terrifying.
It was terrifying.
Exactly. So, and we have
Don't
those-
lose a kid if
Do
you
not
do.
lose a kid on a student.
Yes.
I was on a mission trip.
Yeah.
Interesting thing. On a mission trip and this sounds, how could it be we were in Jamaica. Jamaica is very poor.
It is.
So
It is.
we were on a mission trip. We went to the market.
Okay.
We all get in the vehicles.
Uh-huh.
We're taking off. We're about a mile, 2 miles down the road.
Yeah.
Did a head count.
Uh-oh.
We left the girl back in the morning. And I was
yeah.
like, oh no. So anyway,
Yeah.
don't lose children. And I
Don't
can
lose
guarantee, don't lose children, don't lose students.
Yeah.
Gabe and I we've learned from our experiences.
Yes.
We'll leave it
Yeah.
at that, all right? So,
We're
so-
highly trained.
that's exactly right. So your desire is to help students accomplish what?
My desire is to help students actually, first and foremost, accept Jesus Christ as their personal Lord and Savior.
Amen.
And sometimes I pray that it happens, during their tenure, as a junior higher or a high schooler while they're a part of the Journey Youth Group here at FBC. But a lot of times, doing youth ministry for a decade, it's just a seed that's planted. I had a cool story. A student had reached out to me. This was 5 years ago, and came through my youth group, came through the program, and but just now accepted Jesus Christ as personal
See?
Savior. But it was that seed that was planted back then.
Yes.
So that's why I try and tell parents hey, look, I love sports. We both love sports, but I really encourage parents to encourage their teenagers, their students, to make time for their local church youth group, and so because that's where those seeds of truth are being planted.
And when those seeds of truth happen, it's interesting as you bring this up. We read through the Gospels,
Right.
and I believe this, that Jesus impacted more than just those people that we read about in the
yeah.
Gospels.
I agree.
But what's interesting is we don't know when that seed took
Right.
place for Jesus.
Right.
Interesting thing, Book of James,
Yeah.
written by many people believe Jesus' brother.
Mm-hmm.
While Jesus was alive, James did not believe that Jesus Christ was who he claimed to be or whatever.
Yeah.
Did everything changed upon the resurrection,
Right.
and then lo and behold, what do you see? James comes to know Jesus
Right.
and places his trust in that. it goes to what you're talking about as far as we have no control.
Yeah.
We can come up with the greatest message. We can
Right.
come up with the greatest student ministry, greatest children's ministry, greatest adult ministry, great music, great this, great that. Our responsibility, and I think this is one of the things that's hitting me as I get older. My responsibility, your responsibility, our responsibility. We're called to plant seeds.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. One of my favorite parables, like the sower.
Yes.
And the seed, like, some seed was sown on, rocky ground, good ground. So, but ultimately, Jesus is the one who's going to, we plant that seed, but he's going to provide that water, and it's going to grow right when it needs to.
And it's
So,
and that's the important thing. It's gonna grow when it needs to happen. And people will know, we're told this, that his word does not go out and return void.
It does not.
Right?
Yes, it does
And
not.
so I'm looking forward to how the Lord is going to use your ministry here. I
Right.
think it's gonna be fantastic.
Yes, we're really excited about this upcoming season of youth ministry. We believe we've created a inviting but also an inspiring space for students
Yes.
here at FBC, and we're looking to win souls for Christ.
Amen to that. And I look forward to how it's gonna go.
There it
you know.
is.
So
And we won't lose kids.
then we
Okay.
we will not, that is our promise
Yes.
to you. No students will be lost.
None. All right.
As a matter of fact, if we want to play with this, they will be found.
Found.
There we
Preach.
go. Okay, see?
That'll preach.
And that will preach, right? So that works out. So I'm going to lighten it up a little bit now.
Okay.
All right. So you grew up in Atlanta.
Yes.
Okay. What's your favorite Southern food?
Fried chicken and watermelon. Yeah.
Fried chicken and watermelon.
Fried chicken
Okay.
and
All right. So
watermelon.
that works. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I learned this in staff. You're a hunter.
Yes.
What do you like to hunt?
Deer, mostly deer, but I love rabbit hunting too.
Okay.
I love going rabbit hunting with dogs.
Okay.
For all you people who think you can shoot, it's easy to shoot at a stationary shot, but go hunting with dogs and don't shoot the dog, especially if you're going hunting with my uncle. And then he will shoot you. If you shoot the dog.
So that worked.
So, yeah.
Okay. So hunting. So and then I find this interesting.
Uh-huh.
Do you have any allegiances to teams from the South?
The Georgia Bulldogs.
Oh gosh, you're an SEC guy.
Yes,
This
SEC. Is there another conference? Is there another conference?
there are
Yeah,
plenty
there
of
are
other
plenty.
conferences.
But yeah, the SEC, Georgia Bulldogs, and the Atlanta Braves as a baseball team.
Okay.
Even though we're having a down year, we're just banged up. It's not our year. It's okay. We'll be back.
Okay,
You
you'll
know?
be back. Okay, so now I'm going to divert and then come back.
Yeah.
You served in the military.
Yes.
In what branch?
United States Air Force.
Okay,
Yes.
for how long?
I was in there I did 6 years.
6 years.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for your service.
Yep.
And now I'm bringing it back.
Mhm.
Okay. Who is your favorite NFL team?
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? The Pittsburgh Steelers. And I want this to be known very quickly.
Yes.
This did not influence the elders in my decision on hiring Gabe as the student ministry director.
Sure.
All right? Just want you to know this. But I did notice this. You want to show this to
Oh, yeah.
people? This is what we're talking
That's
about,
what we're
folks.
talking about.
This is the terrible towel, folks.
The terrible
This
towel.
is a tradition that started
Like no
years
other.
ago. This, folks, is the team to reckon with.
And the team of destiny. The team that's going to win the Super Bowl this year.
That's
I'm
exactly
not a prophet.
That's
not
right.
a prophet.
Not a prophet.
But I'm speaking truth.
You're speaking truth. That's
Yes.
all there is to it. So,
That's all
do you have any questions for me?
No questions. I'm just super honored to be on staff here,
Good.
serving alongside you.
Good. Thank you.
Just a wonderful team of leadership here at FBC. And for those who are not plugged into, if your student's not plugged into a youth group or to a local church, come check us out. Great things are happening. We're on the move for God here.
Amen to that.
Amen.
I appreciate
There
it.
it
man.
is.
So,
Thank you, Pastor.
thank you so much.
No problem.
Stay there for just a moment.
Yeah.
So there you have it. If you want to get to know Gabe, you can email him at gabriel@fbcsalinas.com. If you have questions or whatever about student ministry, reach out to him. You reach out to me too. I'll refer you to Gabe. Gabe's going to do a great job. He's already doing a great job. Come up and take a look at the youth room, and what he's done here is really cool with a team of students as well as leaders, how they've transformed this room all the more. All right, so that's it for this week's midweek refresher video. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your week. Reach out and say hi to Gabe when you get a chance. All right, so God bless you. Have a great rest of the week. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Go Steelers.